Boy, this week sees us somewhere new again. On tour. An absolutely beautiful place. You can see in the distance there's an old royal manor house. This is an old Capability brown estate. Looking good in its autumn colours out there. Look at that for a pond. It's a very old estate lake. It's glorious. It's very shallow, silted over because it's ancient. It's got quite a sort of mixed bag of fish in it apparently. There's quite a lot of small fish. Been stocked over the years. But there's also a small head of very old ones in there. I wouldn't say massive, probably mid-upper 20s. I mean a scraper 30 would be a good fish. But by all accounts the originals are ancient and black and scaly. And I mean really black. A little punt here for exploring. Madalena of course. 2 rods out. Actually got here yesterday. Got set up in the afternoon. I did have one yesterday afternoon, small common. Fishing out there. Got one out by that island with a big yellowy tree thing there. And one just out in the sort of open water out here somewhere. Had a paddle about. Like I say, it's very shallow, you can see the bottom everywhere. Quite a lot of weed and sort of clear patches dotted about. With CP again, he is just, we just see his bivvy just up there. At least I think you can. There he is. He's been fishing up the back of the channel, up that misty channel up the back of the island there. He had a couple yesterday as well. But the most bizarre thing about this place is its location. As I said, it is glorious. Capability brown designed estate lake with that great big manor house back up there. And it's bang smack in the middle of Slough. Which you just wouldn't think looking at it. No offence to people who live in Slough, but I'm sure they'd agree that it's not usually renowned for its beauty, peace and tranquility. Although if you was here last night, tranquility wasn't really on the menu because last night was the 5th of November. And obviously here we've got Slough Football Club just up the road, we've got Windsor over the back, and various other little satellite towns dotted about, and every single one of them was competing for the Pyrotechnics Award of the Year. The ground was absolutely rocking last night. Fireworks Central. But this morning it's lovely. Just waiting for the first bite. I wasn't surprised not to have anything in the night really. Fireworks don't usually go hand in hand with a good night's fishing. But I'm sure we'll get a couple today. Just hope we can get through the small ones and maybe get one of those ancient old warriors. Right, so I think I'm going to scuttle out there halfway in the boat because I've only got tiny little 10mm boilies with me. Go and put a little bit of bait around that island, see if I can shake them up a little bit, get a bit of a feeding response going. We're down in CP's plot, and he's bagged one, or in the process of bagging one. I don't get the impression it's one of the old elusive monsters though. Excuse me. First bite of the morning. Oh, it's not a bad one actually. Yeah, I'll take that back. This looks like a right old nice dark one. Not massive, but looks nice, old gnarly old thing. Well done, CP. Aha, indeed. See what we got. Here we go. Not the biggest fish, but it's a lovely old thing, isn't it?
The old gnarly one.
Yeah, proper old ancient thing. They're great, these little estate lake fish, aren't they? Old as the eels. There's scales on him. Bless him. Well done, CP.
Early, mate.
That was a nice little fish that CP had. I'd say not the biggest, but they're proper old ancient things. Gnarly old thing. So anyway, I've yesterday afternoon I came up here and put, oh, Maddie, dog's just wrapped a lead around the camera tripod. All going wrong. Yeah, put a bit of bait up in this little tiny channel, and I've just come up for a look and seen a bit of them clouding up out there. So I've got 2 rods and a tea making kit. I'm set about doing a little bit of stalking. Well, a bit of trap setting. Hopefully get something old and dark myself. This dog don't wipe out my camera with his tether. You, talking about you. Right, let's get some rods in. There's a fish right over the top of that right hand rod at the moment. Just seeing little tiny sort of, not even boils, just swells on the surface. Only about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot deep there. I love this little estate lake fishing. I haven't done it for ages. When I was younger, all my early fishing was estate lakes all around Sussex. Real silty little ponds. They're just dam streams really. They dam one end and let it build up, so you get a fat, deeper end and a long, narrow sort of inlet end. But they do suffer from silt. When I went out in the boat, if you prod the oar down, it just disappears into soup on the bottom. But that's where all the food is. That's where they feed. One went right over the top of my bait in about 2.5 foot of water and didn't even look down. So, might have to hightail it back to my main swim next to CP. Chuck them out and have a bit of breakfast, I think. I really did think I was going to get a bite in there. Little buggers. Here we go, CP's bagged another one, another of the dark ones. Showing me the way home he is, the boy.
Laney's getting beat up.
I think it might be a lot to do with swim selection, local knowledge and all that. But we won't go into that quite yet.
Happy, Ash?
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
Nice ones?
There we go, we finally got one. Just cast a little bit tighter to the island. He was away. A little common. He's a little one as well. Nice dark little fish. Pretty lively in the net. There we go. The Wayday social common. Black as you're at, typical estate lake fish. Yeah, a little bit of fun in the winter, nearly winter. That's just the time. It would be better if he was about £20 bigger though, to be honest. That's right, bending the rod. Right, I'll be back. Here we go. My turn for one of the old black ancient warriors. Look at him. Beautiful. He's a proper one, isn't he? We're liking him.
Yeah. That's stunning.
Lovely old
Stunning.
state Lane Carp. Beautiful. I'll show you the outside. Oh, look at him.
Oh.
Just touch the fish on that picture again first. Look at him. Lovely, isn't he?
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Really like him.
Busy trying to get the cob going. Chicken casserole from NCP tonight. But, I keep getting interrupted. Bad thing, is it? There we go. Commonus carpus. Very nice. Happy with him. Make most of it while it's daylight. Right to an island, so it's a bit of a bugger, to be honest, to do it in the night. So we'll just flick it out in front. It's certainly a daytime spot. I love it. Bless. There you go, matey. Here we go. Look at this. We've got the old Jamie's brought down a wood burner. Look at that. It was spewing flame just now. It's quietened down a little bit, but we'll have it roaring again in a minute. We're warm as toast. Happy days. Know how to live in Slough, don't you, boys? Well, it's a little bit damp this morning. That's what my old mate CP up there would call drizzle. It's been tipping it down all night. Everything's drenched with splatter where it's all come up off the mud at the front of the bivvy. Madalena ain't got up yet, have you? That's as far as she's got from there to there. We've got no rods in the pond at all. Had another couple of fish. Later on, didn't video them, they weren't that big. Re-tied up some fresh rigs with some new hook baits. And they're in the box waiting to go out. But for the moment, I'm going to lay in bed and drink tea. I'm off this morning anyway. I just want to sort of do it without getting everything soaked. But I've just looked at the weather forecast and it says it's going to tip it down all day. I say tip it down, it's showers, but it's a solid, one solid heavy shower. Enough to get you wet. I would like to whack about for the last hour or so, just get one more bend. I'll do that in a minute. But for now, I'm going to lay in my bed with my dog and have a little cuddle. And with Madalena. Yes. Well, quite a lot on the comments on the video blogs. Quite a few of you say, can you just show us a rig, show us what it is you're doing. I'm not very technical on these things, I know, but just briefly while we're sat here in the drizzleness, that's my standard approach for most lakes as soon as I go on. Very, very simple. It's just a strip back. All the stuff I use is PB. It's PB jelly wire, coated braid, lovely, lovely braid. Just strip back. Enough of that. After I've tied me knotless knot, I've still got a little hinge section there of about, soft section, about an inch I suppose, half an inch, whatever. Hooks I use practically for everything apart from my 360 are the curve KDs in a size 8, razor sharp. Size 8 is just about perfect size, to be honest. The crucial part of this rig is this little kicker. It's a tungsten kicker. I don't know anyone else that makes them, to be honest, but the tungsten kicker gives you the perfect extra weight to balance a mainline wafter. So it's a mainline wafter straight out of the pot. Come in millions of different flavours. My favourites, this is a test one, but my favourite one of the lot are the salty squid wafters. I absolutely love them, the little pink ones. But one of them, 15mm, with an size 8 hook and a tungsten kicker, it's a perfect balance, just goes down nice and slow. sits on the bottom, actually settles down on the bottom. You've got that little bit of give in the hook link, and obviously that angle from the kicker to turn the hook over. It can't get a lot more simple than that, to be honest. And that's what I use. You can see it very well. There you go. A little bit closer, it'll probably go out of focus. But we'll try. So if that's not focused, then one apologises. Touch it, it should focus. Maybe. There we go, just to prove the rig works. Only been out there 5 minutes, got myself a little common. Probably to finish up with. Last minute bite, now time to pack away. All in all, nice little trip. Had a few bends in the rod, some nice grub and some good company. What more can you ask, eh? So I'm going to pack up before it starts again, head back to Suffolk. Been a nice time. Thank you for the invite, CP.
Lily.
There we go. Where we'll be next week, who knows? Nice one. Thank you very much.